Hello, this is 1lonelytie, and I am bringing to you Pinbot for the Nintendo Entertainment System. First off, I would like to say that as it was my goal to get a high score in this game, and that it took half an hour or so, I sped the video up. Also removed the game volume for said pieces, because this game sounds like crack at double speed. So, yeah, I hope you like background music, because that's, as you can hear now, is what you're going to get. So as you can see, this is obviously a version of pinball. You start out with 3 balls, you are trying to get as many points as possible, trying to hit all those little buttons up top, the little flashing ones that give you epilepsy. Well, I hope they don't give you epilepsy. That'd be strange and horrible. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in this game. Ugh. Okay, but you want to hit all those buttons, and if you hit all those buttons, then you can launch your ball into a chute, and then it gives you another ball, and then you can have 2 balls, and then you get double points. Yay, double, woo! And that pause right there, the game didn't actually freeze. When you hit all the buttons, then it kind of pauses the game automatically, and it says something in a robot voice, which I can't really understand at all. But yeah. So on a side note as well, those 3 white little lights along the side, if you hit all 3 of those, then it gives you a planet, as you've seen where it said Pluto, and in the center there's a solar system, and there's that one little flashing planet. That's actually a bonus, so once you get to that and get your planets up to that, you can get an extra ball. But the one on the very end that's lit up, that's Pluto, and it will slowly work its way through if you hit all 3 of those white lights, or if you hit that little green one in the corner there that I just hit. That green light is lit up through getting the ball through the left chute to the paddle. As you can see, the whole entire solar system in the center, once you get through all the way to the sun, you get a light bonus. And you see that light extra thing? That happens after you get 25,000, then 50, and then 75,000, then it's the light bonus, and then it gives you the little lights above the chutes, and you have to get the ball through the light, and then it gives you the extra ball. If you happen to be on your last ball and you miss that thing, like if it's up there, you're screwed. You don't get it. Too bad. Game over. After you've gotten that light extra thing up in the corner, though, I don't think it actually ever comes back. I think that's just like a one-time thing. But at least with the solar system, you can keep getting that, and it's just it takes a little while. Also, for leveling up, to level up, you have to have 2 balls out. One of them I think has to be up in one of the chutes, and the other one has to go around the outside chute where you see where you're going through the spiral thing. It'll say vortex. You shoot it up around there, and I don't know exactly, but I've noticed a pattern that anytime, I think it's like the second time you've sent the ball through there while the other one's in the chute, then it levels up. And unfortunately, I hate leveling up, but it happens to get you points a lot faster, even though the levels are a little bit difficult. And they're not overly different, to be honest, actually. They're just different color, really. Nothing changes. It transitions like almost instantly, like 2-3 seconds or whichever. The only slight difference really is what is added on, and it's not added on to the machine itself, I guess you could call it, but like the second level has like a little ghost, little monster thingy. He goes around the solar system until he gets to the middle, and then he goes and he's got this big massive mouth, like I don't even want to say, but he chews up the ball, like sucks it up like a vacuum, let's say like a vacuum, and he chews it up and spits it out, and it's very sad to watch, and it's very frustrating because sometimes like usually it's only if the ball's going slow as it's passing by him, and then he can suck it up, but sometimes you can just launch it, but if you get it the right spot, like right across his face, he just mows down like a Hoover or something. I don't even know. It's scary stuff. In the third level, they take away the ghost thingy, thank goodness, but they bring in little firefly-like thingies. I have no idea. The birds, I don't know, but some of them are harmless. You can hit them and you get like 1,000 points for hitting them. Woo! But the other ones are carrying bombs. And those bombs are a bigger pain than the ghost is, if you can believe. Like, you'd think, at first it seems fine. You're like, oh yeah, you just hit them, and then you hit the bomb as it's slowly drifting down, homing in to your paddle. Yeah, at first you may try and avoid it with the ball, but don't do that. Yeah, you think it'd be pretty easy, but no, if the ball gets caught up in the vortex in the corner, or sometimes it's bouncing around and getting you a whole bunch of value points or whichever it is, you end up watching this bomb slowly drift down to your paddle. First hit, it slows it down to about half its capabilities, so it's like kind of like creaky and needs oil or something, like a creaky old door. And yeah, but the second hit, it blows it up, and you think that wouldn't be too bad. The ball would just go to where the paddle was and bounce up, but it turns out there's actually nothing underneath the paddle, apparently. So it just goes straight through. So if it doesn't hit the little nub at the base, your ball just launches straight down, and you can't do anything about it at all, except watch in horror and cry, maybe, I don't know, perhaps. As for the level after that, it's basically exactly the same, once again, just as per usual of the first and second level, actually. It just changes colors. So you have a new colored place, everything looks exactly the same, and you don't think anything of it. You're like, oh, this is exactly the same for the little firefly thingies flying around. You're like, oh, okay, I thought they were gonna add something new. Yeah, it turns out those little harmless ones, well, were harmless before. They're still the bomb ones. Suddenly those bomb ones look really nice, because those little harmless ones actually will fly around, and if they pass by your ball, they actually grab your ball and they fly away with it. And unless you hit them with another ball, you can't get that back. So you just watch them drift away with your ball, and you're like, oh, thanks a lot, dude. I didn't need that. No, not at all. I've actually only gotten to that level once, and I've never gotten past that. I don't even know how many levels there is, and never really looked it up, and I don't really plan on trying to figure that out. I don't want to know how many levels there is. They're scary enough as is. Like, I'll just go in blind. And if you have not noticed, I now have a blue cheese wedge for a ball now. Apparently that's a type of bonus, and it's a bonus that makes absolutely no sense to me, but all I know is that the blue cheese is very bouncy, and it's faster. So yay, cheese! Who wouldn't want a piece of cheese? I really don't get that. I don't, but you know, it works better, so I don't even know how you get that bonus. I think it's one of the, like, you go around the solar system thing and you get it, or perhaps like the little energy shoot, because as I said earlier about the 3 white lights along the side, if you just hit 1 or 2 of them, then that shoot that sends you looping around the back, the vortex thingy or whichever, I don't even know what it's called, forgot, no, I don't know, but that little, I don't know, the solar thing, okay, well, I'm gonna call it the solar thing, but it lifts up and it shoots you in, and then you can get energy, which is that little green light thingy in the center of, like, making an X, and you get energy, and every time you get energy, that thing slowly fills up, and I think if you fill that up, then you get the an energy bonus, which is that blue cheese. So I guess it feeds you, I guess, is the idea. I don't know, I'm not too sure. At least you don't have to eat for a while, or maybe you won't want to eat for a while after eating that, because that's I don't know what blue cheese tastes like, but all I know is blue. It doesn't sound like cheese, not cheese I would want to eat, at least. But yeah, so This was a very, very slow game on my part. Usually, okay, it was a slow start was what this was. And the reason it was such a slow start is because it took me so long to get through, get to the next level, which was completely ridiculous. I was getting so frustrated. Like at any point, if you see the like paddles just flipping wildly like a madman, it's because I'm kind of having a little rage moment, not wanting to break anything, but just mashing the buttons. And it's quite an awesome setup for buttons. All you need is four buttons. You got your start button, you got your A button, you got your B button, and then you got one button of the direction pad used, and it could be any one of those. So you got the direction pad for the left, you got your A for the right, and you got your start button obviously for when it says press start. But then the B button is just to shoot the ball up at the beginning. But yeah. Oh, also, this is completely ridiculous, but when you got two balls going around and one of the balls, there we go. See, you level up now. When one of the balls gets sent back into the starting chute, and you have another ball bouncing around, it doesn't automatically shoot it up for you. You have to do that on your own. So you can either wait, see as that's going, you can either wait for one of your balls to just disappear or get launched up somewhere so that it's safe and then shoot it. But I have a tendency of playing and shooting at the exact same time because I got very impatient, which is not very smart, because then you end up watching one and you don't watch the other one, and everything just goes downhill, and you just can't do it no more. Anyways, but yes, you see that little ghost? He's just slowly making his way around like an evil Knievel like thing. Not evil Knievel, but you know, it rhymed. It just popped into my head. I'm like, oh yeah, but yeah, he's trying to eat it. This little monster, he's trying to eat it. He's like, and he tries to suck it up. And like, if you see, like, the ball will be going, if it's going slowly, and all of a sudden it'll just take a curve and it'll slowly kind of like wrap around him. Yeah, like he's being a jerk. He's trying to suck it up. Like, what is wrong with this monster? And he doesn't even eat it. He doesn't actually eat it. He just chews it up and spits it out. Like, what's the point? Like, when you actually have a ball, it's just strange, because he's mowing down on like what looks to be a metallic ball, and at least with the cheese wedges, it's something edible. I guess I can't criticize on some creatures' choice in foods though. But you know, yeah, it'll all be good eventually. I'll forgive him one day for eating all those friggin' attempts. Stupid attempts. Why do I even try? So at 7 million approximately right now for points there, he ate the wedge of cheese and he shrunk. Ugh. And he's gonna make his way all the way around. If you have two balls going and he eats one of them, he will go all the way around and make his way all the way to the center again. Okay, so 8 million, and I had to shoot again, and I actually didn't know I had that. I was quite excited to see that, considering I knew I was on the third ball, so I knew if usually if I died, then it'd be game over. But luckily I had an extra ball up my sleeve, you know? That's where I keep them like marbles. Don't keep them in like a marble bag, or, you know, like cheese wedges. I'll just start keeping those around, you know? That may work for me. Perhaps. Oh, there we go. Third level. And see the little firefly thingies? It's like flying around. It's like, ah! Oh, and then I lost one of them. Ah, poor ball. Poor ball. And here is my demise. It's coming up. Yep. I wouldn't have died, and I started having a spaz there because I flipped up the paddle and it hit the bottom, and then I looked down and I looked at my points and I seen that I reached my 10 million mark that I had been going for. And yeah, all anger went away instantly, because this is pretty awesome. I've never been so happy to see game over, because half an hour of playing this game was brutal. And here are the credits. And these are also actually sped up because honestly, they're kind of slow. Just a little bit. Like all credits, really. You know, most credits are slow when they go up, anyways. But basically, I would like to encourage anyone to try this game. It's a lot of fun, and I challenge anybody to beat my high score. I think it'd be a blast, and I would love to see who could beat it and perhaps even do a video. Yay! One lonely tie! Yeah! Well, thank you for watching, and think about the rub part for your race, okay?